Welcome back, everybody, to Jazzy Jeff's Trading Card Review Series, episode 102. So, continuing with the best of the rest, these, basically we pick up now with a lot of monster stuff. We're going to start looking at some Universal Monsters trading cards. But before I dive into the cards, that's right, Dan, you gotta wait. Alright, I think that joke is finally dead. I don't know when I'm ever going to get a chance to talk about these. I figured if I don't talk about them now, it'll never happen. I'll keep forgetting. Every Halloween I forget. But back in the 90s, 96, 97, Universal Monsters and the United States Postal Services crossed paths. And they put the Universal Monsters on stamps, which I would love to own. They're very expensive and difficult to find. But back in 97, this company called Stamp Designs that was a part of Karloff Enterprises and Universal Studios, Lugosi Enterprises, etc. I guess probably Lon Chaney Jr., whoever, whatever the Omnitech Designs. It's always Gainesville, Florida. But we got the Wolfman, of course. And these are all magnets, so I forgot to point that out, that these are all. So these are very cool, but these are always on my fridge. I always forget to put these in a video. So, but they're almost like trading cards, it's kind of funny. They're the size of trading cards. They feel like thicker, heavier trading cards, And of course, might as well just show it. Horror-related, monster-related, Jason Voorhees mask from Jason Goes to Hell. Absolutely awesome. Friday the 13th. A weird mashup because Jason Goes to Hell didn't have the rights to Friday the 13th, so it's really funny to see the two finally together. And this was made, doesn't say when it was made. It just says it was made by Attaboy.com. So, New Line Cinema Reserved. So, there. Okay, so, getting back to the cards. I've already shown this one, and it's so funny that I dropped it. I'm literally, struggling to pick it up. That was ridiculous. But you all saw this already. Of course, this would be the stupid card that I dropped. But from 1991, Impel is the creature from the Black Lagoon. And I just wanted to show it again. It is one of my absolute favorites from that line. And then, continuing the horror trend, of course, there was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Frankenstein, which I'm always going to show that, and that's definitely one of my favorite cards from that Power Rangers card line. I can't believe I was able to get Frankenstein on a trading card. Very ridiculous. And then, of course, I believe this was an eBay purchase that I broke down and got one night. This is the, let's see here, 1992 Pepsi Frankenstein Collector's Edition trading card. And this might possibly be one of my all-time favorite trading cards. If I had to really truly pick just one, this is definitely in the top 5, possibly top 3. This is amazing. Look at this. And then it's got a bio and information about him on the back. It is such a cool card. I think these were maybe mail-aways that you had to get. So, but these are official Universal Studios, related. Excuse me. These are not official trading cards. These are trading cards that you would get for free from a magazine. Sometimes comic books did it. Sometimes newspapers did it. But they would, say it's a special collector's card, but it's really just a piece of paper. So, I got these neat little laminated things that you can use as magnets. So these are also now on my refrigerator. And I have Christopher Lee as Dracula from the Hammer horror monster series, of course, of films. He was in a ton of those. And then, of course, going back to Frankenstein, we have Boris Karloff as the Frankenstein monster, which is really awesome. There's not many times that he's advertised like that. And this particular magazine, as you can tell, it's very old looking. This was from the 40s or the 50s, maybe. 40s, 50s, maybe 60s. The magazine was just falling apart, so I saved and salvaged what I could from it, which was great. And then, of course, we end with Peter Lorre in Face Behind the Mask. I believe that one is from the 40s, that film, maybe 41. So once again, who knows when I'm going to be able to talk about these? Who knows when I'm going to get the opportunity to come around to it? So that's why I'm doing this episode, because this is just a lot of oddball stuff here. Up next, jumping all the way to the complete opposite end of the entertainment spectrum. Man, I don't know what is all over these cards. They need to be, cleaned. But we have some Sonic the Hedgehog, sort of miniature collector's card sticker, weird things. But this is kind of neat because there's actually tips on the back of that. This might have been a part of maybe a kid's meal. Or if not that, then maybe some other Sega promotion directly from Sega. And this is just a really neat sticker. But once again, I just don't know when I'm ever going to get around to showing this. So that way it's documented. You guys all got to see it. Etc. Etc. This next thing, I know I definitely talked about this before. And I'm excited to talk about it again. Shout out to Retro Rook. If you didn't see this, pay attention, young Padawan. So, back in the day, before the advent of the internet exploded, you would go to your local comic store, hobby shop, newspaper stand, entertainment venue, wherever, some hospitals kind of have a little magazine store. Some malls used to have the newspaper thing, in New York had a bunch of these and stuff, and they've all kind of disappeared over the years as I smash into stuff. But there would always be advertisements on cardboard or on trading cards or on these little neat collectible things, and you would find these usually on the counters, the dashboards, the area wherever the cashier was or wherever they were conduct business or whatever. And usually, this stuff would be part of the freebies or the free pile. Maybe at the comic book store, they had a little freebie section depending on your store. And I remember collecting a ton of this crap over the years, and a lot of it has disappeared and gotten lost and traded away and given away and who knows what, but I was able to find some of it, which was cool. And this is from 93, and this is also from 93. But this is Topps related, and this is Image and Valiant related, which, that's so crazy. This is these are smaller comic book companies. But it's also neat to, see, an advertisement for Deathmate. What a weird series from Image for Topps to have made cards for. Another set that I don't have. Maybe Retro Rook will buy them and do a review on them. But there you have it. Just really cool. And like I said, on the back here, they're advertising for Deathmate. And this is a completely separate card series by Pyramid for Deathmate. So just so strange, just so weird how the whole world is connected. These are two separate things from 1993. And yet they're connected. And they're all Image related too, so. Crazy. Super nerdy stuff. I'm sure I've lost most of you by now. But for the 2 or 3 hardcore viewers out there, let's continue this journey. I got really passionate there for a moment. Speaking of oddly shaped and weird looking trading cards, let me hold on to this one for a second. So here is the Swamp Thing card. So just for comparison, that's how much taller it is than a normal trading card. I don't know why. I don't know what the purpose or the point of that was. Skybox did these cards. I'm sure some of you might recall this episode. These cards are from 1994 by Skybox. And they were like, screw it. We're going to make our cards longer. Because they wanted them to stand out. Because it was the 90s and people wanted to try different stuff. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's cool to see that. But for collectors, it's just annoying. You know, it doesn't fit in with the rest and it's sticking up. And so, you know, it can be annoying. But it's cool they did that. And speaking of another strange card, Skybox once again. These are Batman, Batman and Robin related. Yes, that Batman and Robin related. Trading cards, and these were from 97. And this card in general just looks weird because it's like a director-approved concept art. It's basically storyboard. But if I turn it around, it looks more like a normal trading card there. But just for comparison, this was my favorite card from that set. But just for comparison, like here's like a normal size trading card. It is not only longer, but it's like ever so faintly thicker. But it's essentially, you know, it's just another weird decision that Skybox went with. And it's like, cool, so glad, you know, I don't know what to do with that card. All right, so things are only going to get worse from here, ladies and gentlemen, so strap in. Speaking of oddly shaped cards, these are not only some of my favorites oddly shaped cards, but these are some of my oldest oddly shaped cards, and also some of my oldest cards, period. The King Kong stickers technically are just stickers, even though they're from a trading card set. So I really just consider those ones from 1976 the oldest stickers I own. But if I'm being truthful, the oldest cards, physical cardboard that I own, that are my Peyo Smurf Super Cards from 1982. And I am I'm so happy to have this in honor of these Smurf Super Cards. I'm drinking my Smurf Super Drink. Let's get on to the cards. So here, of course, the old school keep on truckin' phrase, they redid into keep on smurfin'. So there are those. And then, of course, gone smurfin' instead of gone fishin', which always seems to sort of be the, you know, general acronym here, especially in Pennsylvania. So there is that, gone smurfin'. And then, of course, we all love Friday, including the Smurfs. Once again, from 1982 by Peyo. Look at these beautifully old cards. I love that almost Woodstock looking on the back. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have Smurf Fever. There was that one Smurf female. So, of course, they made her the nurse. Look at these. Look at these damn things. So cool, so crazy. Once again, compared to a normal trading card, just so much taller, so much longer. So it was a style, and it was around even in the 80s. You know, it's nothing new. Like I said, the guys in the 90s weren't really doing anything new. They're just bringing back something that hadn't been done probably for a while, and thought that they were like, hey, our cards are cool and edgy. Buy them because they're longer. You know, I guess that kind of thing. All right, so to end the episode, for the one person, Jim Jennings, if you're watching, thank you. I've talked about this 1,000 times. You just saw me talk about this in the 100th episode. It's the Garbage Pail Kid. It Takes Guts to be a Garbage Pail Kids card. I just wanted to show it again real quick. I'm not going to stand here and read the entire thing, but such a cool card. Always deserves to be shown. I do have some favorite Garbage Pail cards that I will need to get around to showing at some point. I have some older ones that are really nice. So that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Once again, thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all of thank you to everybody for comments and for liking. Even if you dislike it. Some of the videos are getting dislikes, a ton of dislikes again, and it's cracking me up. People don't realize it's all good. It's all good, so give it. Give me all the hate you got. I want to see more thumbs downs, just more thumbs. Let's do it. Comment, have a great time, and stay positive, everybody. Take care.
Rodimus, quick! There's been an accident! The new Autobots are Monster Bots!
They're monsters, all right.
Decepticons!
Monster bots, attack! I'm glad those monsters are on our side.
The Transformers, much more than meets the eye.
And they've even got sparks blasting out of them.
You can't stop the Monster Bots.
Transformers.
The Transformers Monster Bot, sold separately from Hasbro.